explain about different types of computational problems. So, based on the graph theory, I'll be giving some examples. So, how these are related to computational problems. So, first of all, I will give one example of Hamiltonian path. Sorry, I forgot to explain a little bit more about the graph theory. So first of all, I will just explain in a brief way what is graph theory. So so this is a graph G. And these are called nodes. These nodes are called the vertices of the graph. V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, and these are called the edges. The connecting wires are called the edges. V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7. So this graph gives us a perfect example for how we can realize a computational problem. Like we can design this graph with various sequences. Like for different types of problems, the sequence makes different. Suppose if you want to solve a particular type of sequence, this sequence, then there may be many other sequences. Like it may be like this, like this, like this. So there are millions of sequences that you will be getting from this graph. So you just want to fix a particular sequence, like you have to verify that particular sequence to this graph. For that reason, we use this graph theory for computational problems. So I'll be giving some examples of this graph theory, how they contribute to this computational problems. So my first example is a Hamiltonian path. So what is a Hamiltonian path? This is written as like this. V, so this V determines your vertex and E is for edge. Vertex of the graph and E is your edge. So I will give an example of Hamiltonian path. Suppose this is the graph. So in Hamiltonian path, you just have to think one thing, that all the vertices will be touched only once. They cannot be touched like this, like this. So this is called a Hamiltonian path. Only one way line should be there. So it cannot intermix any two vertices. Only one time your edges will be passing through one vertices. Like this is passing, this vertices, this line is passing only one time. If I will draw like this, then it will not be a Hamiltonian path. So through each vertex, the line will be passing only one time. So this is called the Hamiltonian path.
Why so?
This is what the Hamiltonian path is like that. So this path can be a different way. Like this can be like this, like this. So many other order also you can do. There will be many order of depending on your number of vertex. If the number of vertex becomes more, then there will be more number of paths, right? So if this path is given, and this is the graph, right? So this can be like this, isn't it? Oh, sorry. So this can be like this. Many paths you can draw from this graph. So from many, there will be one number of paths. So only one path you have to fix. Like in a previous lecture, I explained something about the NP class problem. So this is something like that. So this is to solve this problem, it takes exponential amounts of time. So we have to convert this into polynomial time. So it is not possible to convert this type of problem into polynomial. So you have to verify to the result.
I have two questions. Three questions, sorry. First one, the lines need not be straight.
No, need not be straight. It can be circular also. It can be like this also. It is not a matter.
Alright, that's clear.
It can be circular also.
The second one, the figure could be open as well.
Yes, open also. It can be like this also.
Alright.
These are called independent sets. I will explain it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
The third one and the last one. You mentioned this as an NP-hard problem. But then what is the problem here?
Which one? The problem is that you have to find a particular sequence of the Hamiltonian path. A particular sequence, like this sequence. Like there will be many number of sequences, right? So from many number of sequences, you have to find only this one only. Like you will be given the answer. Your answer is this one, and you have to verify this to your graphs.
Okay, and that particular sequence will be based on a particular requirement.
Yes. Then I will explain in the next lecture the algorithm for writing this one. How you will verify this with the specific algorithm. So to verify any types of computational problem, you need some algorithm. The algorithm I will explain in next lecture on day one. So this is the Hamiltonian path. In the next example, I will give about vortex coloring. Vortex coloring. This vortex coloring requires many colors, so I am using three types of colors. Suppose I have a graph. This is my graph. So in the vortex coloring, the one important thing is that no two adjacent vertices will be of same color. So this is what specialty of the vortex coloring. Suppose if you have more number of vertices, there are millions of combination for this type of problem. So it is very difficult to solve this using a polynomial time. Like these are very difficult to solve. So we have to convert this into deterministic problem. Then we have to verify its answer with this sequence. So for different sequences, you have to put some algorithm. Then only you can get the answer. So this is the vortex coloring, and there is one more example similar to this one, that is edge coloring. In the edge coloring also similar process. No two adjacent edges will be of same color. So this will be something like this. This is the edge coloring. The two adjacent edges will not be of same colors. They should be of different color. So these type of problems are very difficult to solve. So we have to use some algorithm.
Do they have any kind of significance of these different colors to be of different?
Like there are many kinds of problems that are equivalent to this type of configuration. So we can relate them and we can solve those problems. Like the Hamiltonian path I explained earlier, that is related to the Ising type Hamiltonian that we are using in our
Ising Hamiltonian.
Ising Hamiltonian. So those type of things are related. These are related to some physical, physical systems. So we can solve those systems by with the help of this type of graph theory. So this helps
Suppose
us.
we need to color our Indian map.
That also we can do that. Suppose this is the map of a country, then we have different state, right? Like this. So all of them will be having different colors. So this the graph theory can help us in finding this solution.
And is it so that these graph states could be converted to a matrix?
Yeah, that can convert it into matrix. That I'll explain in the next lecture. So these are some specialties about this graph. So so in the next example, I will explain about the minimization and maximization from this graph theory.